We are now in Flooded City. Got through Mall, probably got shot up a bunch. It happens as we're trying to make that escape on the boat. And this area is actually pretty easy. There's only one encounter that we have to go through. That's the Bloater. Now, if you're on Grounded, actually maybe any difficulty, this game, just so you know, there's a built-in welfare system. They don't want you to enter an encounter where you don't have enough resources to tackle that encounter. And the Bloater fight is a pretty hectic one. So right now I have a bunch of ammo. How much do I have? I got 6 bullets here, 6 here. So I have 12 bullets. Turns out this game is scripted in a way. So if you are under a certain threshold of ammo, then they'll spawn a lot more ammo inside of the arcade where the Bloater is at. So I happen to have a lot of ammo here, but the threshold is 3 bullets total among all your guns. Does not include arrows. What you can do is if you only have like 6 bullets total and you want to end up with a lot of good shotgun ammo, actually they specifically spawn certain types of ammo. They spawn a lot of shotgun ammo, which is really nice for the Bloater fight. So this is something you probably want to do anyway. What you want to do is make sure you enter the encounter with 3 or less bullets. So this feels very counterintuitive. But first off, we know that, well, our little pea shooter here isn't going to do that much damage. Rifle is pretty nice for runners, but it's not as nice as shotgun. So I might get rid of some of this ammo. Okay. Maybe I'll keep one for like a runner because it's not just a Bloater fight, but there's also runners. And then this, I'll just get rid of all of the revolver ammo for now. So this seems really, really strange. But what we're going for here is a total of 3 bullets. 3 bullets or less. If you happen to have less, then you don't have to do this. So this is just a good spot to do this. There is a safe here that you'll want to grab. You have to go through a convoluted way, but kind of an odd part of this game. This kind of built-in welfare system, and we're definitely going to game it. Okay, we're still just making our way through here. There's a workbench in here. There's also a lot of places you can loot, like straight ahead over here. And if you are gaming the welfare system for ammo specifically, this doesn't work on supplies. I should have mentioned that. If you are gaming the system for ammo, just make sure that before you enter and go through this next little battle coming up, that you only have 3 or less bullets, or maybe you don't want to game the system and you're fine with what you got. But what I want to show you here is this first encounter. There's this monorail that we go under. Once we enter here, there's a war between Seraphites and wolves. What we do is straight shot through. Nice opening right through. They're all preoccupied. Just try not to run into the soldiers at all on the boat. If you do, you're likely to get damaged either by that molly or maybe they'll start shooting you. Pretty easy thing to avoid though. All right, so now we're gonna check out. This is right before the Bloater fight. We're just entered the arcade. We're gonna see what kind of ammo was dropped. And this is on Grounded where they don't give you that many supplies. So see this, we already have 3 shotgun shots here. And there's other things around too, like there's our pistol shot. And by the way, if I was at 4 bullets, that shotgun ammo wouldn't be there. Pretty crazy. Also, we got rid of our revolver. Well, here's 1 bullet here. I think around here there's 3. No, there's 1 right there. Okay, in the next room. There's another shotgun shot here. So now we're sitting really well. Remember we were at, I think it was two shotgun shots, and now we're at 6, which is really, really nice. Highly recommend that you game the welfare system just to get that shotgun ammo. Here's another pistol bullet, another 3 revolver. The revolver is also pretty nice for this fight. So you do see that we kind of, now I'm lacking in the rifle, but I think the shotgun shots are a lot better. One last note, if you're unsure of what to upgrade, especially for this fight, I do recommend faster reload speed. If you can get that on the shotgun, it looks like I can't get it. That or fire rate is also, oddly enough, like probably pretty good, but you might want to consider reload speed like on all of your guns just to make sure, especially like your revolver, because you pick up a lot of ammo there for this next fight. Okay, we're about to start the Bloater fight. I picked up everything, made sure everything was reloaded. Very important. Now this fight's very hectic, and it's very similar to Finding Strings where you're gonna have to play a little bit of keep away, but there's no timer this time. If you kill that Bloater in like 5 seconds, then you're done. I don't know how you would in 5 seconds, but you do want to kill the Bloater as fast as possible. One small change up with this fight compared to finding strings is that you'll have 2 runners come in at the same time, or they can be in the room at the same time. And so that's just more to deal with. And you may think that you want to target the runners, especially like they start getting close, but make sure you keep applying damage to the bloater because the runners are an infinite spawn. They keep coming in. You kill one runner, another one's basically going to drop down after a few seconds. So you should clear out the runners if they're becoming a bit of a problem, but make sure that you still also focus on the bloater. We don't have Joel here helping us out as well, so they're all going to be completely focused on us. Sometimes the bloater would run to Joel. So we're going to open up strong. Now, I have a molly. I prefer to use it. And one final note here is this is the last encounter of Ellie before we play again as Ellie in Santa Barbara. Now, a lot of stuff carries over, including upgrades, everything. One thing that does not carry over is ammo, which means now's your chance to use as much ammo as you want. So some things that do carry over are like mollies and other crafting materials, medkits. Why Ellie would hold on to that stuff for years, I'm not sure. But, well, anyway, some things carry over, some things don't. So now's a good chance to basically use all of your ammo. But if you need to get to that fight using any means necessary, then by all means, do what you're most comfortable with. We're going to go ahead and get this started here. And one important thing is that I'm going to make sure my molly is out. This means what I'm going to do is, since we start the encounter facing the bloater, the lock-on is going to go right to the bloater, which means I just spam R2. Just spam R2, and that molly is going to go straight to the bloater. Then the bloater is going to be stunned for a little bit, which gives me a chance to get a little close with that shotgun and apply a ton of damage. So again, I'm just spamming R2, nothing else. We've got the molly there. So that's a lot of damage. We do have to like dodge these swings. So by the way, I'm gonna play a little bit of keep away here because I already did a ton of damage to the bloater. Bloater likes to throw things. Try to have something in between you and the bloater when you notice the bloater starting to throw things. That way they won't hit you with it. But notice that these arcades here, that was a weird animation. These arcades here, they don't provide like any protection other than the throwables from the bloater. When the bloater starts charging, then the bloater is gonna destroy all the arcades. Okay, and like I said, these runners are a pain. Now there are unbreakable parts of this map, including like this wall here, which you can kind of sometimes bait the bloater into. And when the bloater runs into the wall, like the bloater gets stunned. So like I said, like I'm just kind of showing you what the fight is like right here. Showing you the map. There's also this column here which doesn't break. So I'm gonna take out these, oh, we have 3 runners, right? Okay, fun. So there we go. See, I got the bloater to run into this wall right here, and now they're stunned, which means I can get some closer shots. Of course, I got grabbed right there. This is why runners are a pain. They just keep grabbing. All right, get out of your runner. Get the lock on. There we go. So yeah, baiting the bloater into a wall like this is nice. I mean, you don't necessarily need to go for it, but when you hear like the bloater do his little war cry, maybe if you're like close to a wall like this, you can bait them into running into it, and you can get the shotgun nice and close and apply a lot of damage. But if you start this fight with the molly, you'll stun them, then get close to the shotgun and unload. That's why fire rate's nice. And then back away a little bit, keep your distance, and then maybe use like your revolver. You have a lot of shots of this. Just start unloading into the bloater, okay? So that was kind of me showing the map. Maybe I'll kind of show you how you can do this a little bit faster. Okay, so that prior example was me just kind of showing you how to deal with the bloater, showing you the map, how the arcades break apart, and how specifically the bloater gets stunned when they run into a wall. I'm gonna try to show you what I would do in full rather than just trying to show you the map, so you can get a sense of how I would take out the bloater as fast as possible to minimize the amount of runners that come in. Essentially, it's the same strat. We wanna enter with the molly and get that lock on. So we'll make sure that the molly's pre-selected. We'll spam R2, and then the molly will go right to the bloater. And we'll, again, run around to that same position. We don't want to jump into the fire and lose some health. That's kind of like why we want to go around. You can get a slightly better angle on that bloater and get as many shotgun shots as possible on the bloater that you can. If you have fire rate, that'll really, really help. I can only get 3 because my guns aren't upgraded. Once you see the bloater is not being stunned by the fire anymore, and this will take practice so you can kind of understand when that's going to happen, then we're going to run to the opposite corner to get some distance, and the bloater's probably going to throw one of its stink bombs at us, so we want to make sure there's something between us and the bloater. That way the bomb hits some object rather than us. Then the bloater will likely start charging us, but in that moment, if you can see the bloater, you could probably start getting revolver shots, and if we game the welfare system, we'll have a lot of revolver. Now, if the bloater starts charging us, then we need to dodge out of the way at the last second, pull out the shotgun again, because if the bloater runs into a wall, it doesn't always happen, so be careful. If you hear a loud thunk, the bloater hitting its head on a wall, pull out the shotgun, and if you're close, you have a moment to start really laying into the bloater. So that's basically how it goes. One last note is regarding practicing this section. You can't just like keep restarting encounter if you want to practice the immediate molly toss, which I recommend that you do. But when you're in this area and you've looted and everything, and even if you haven't looted, go ahead, make a manual save before we enter the bloater fight. And that's exactly what I've done here, so that you can load this up to practice this fight, because otherwise the molly won't be pre-selected and you won't be able to practice the immediate molly toss, which gives you a huge edge. So again, we're going to enter this area, get this started here, and the lock-on will do everything for us. Again, make sure that you're fully healed. You'll be able to survive one bloater hit on grounded if you're fully healed and you haven't taken damage elsewhere. Maybe more on, survive more hits. But as you can see, I'm just hitting R2, spamming, get that molly toss. Once you see it go, select the shotgun, get kind of close. I can only get 3 shots on grounded or with no upgraded guns. Now I'm getting over here to get this wall between me and the bloater. So the bloater's like missing. If I can see the bloater, get the dodge out of the last second. Here's when the bloater gets stunned.
Got you, asshole!
I kind of cut that a little bit close. I probably should have spent my time like reloading my shotgun there. But you see how long the bloater gets stunned for. So again, they smashed through all these arcades, didn't matter, even though they couldn't see us. And we're near a wall, so we dodge out of the way. The bloater hits the wall, then we start pounding him with the shotgun as much as we have. And if you see some pesky runner, I mean, do whatever you're comfortable with taking them out. If you even just want to use the shotgun to get rid of the runner, that's fine. Remember, ammo doesn't really matter here. You just want to make sure you have enough ammo to get through this fight. But that's basically how this fight goes.